10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right. Hello, everybody. It is Friday, February 4th, and welcome to the Iconic Video Games Podcast. I'm Maxwell1324.
I'm Doggy Dog 420.
And I'm not even Zelda.
You know, we don't have Princess Zelda today, but Princess Zelda, we want you to know we miss you, but you are 100% replaceable by our special guest today, Dreadpool. Say hello to everybody, Dreadpool.
What's up, everyone? Yes, Dreadpool is here in place of Zelda, only temporarily. Only temporarily.
That's right. All right. So, today we're going to be discussing some more Sega Genesis. Now, our last Sega episode, the idea was that we would go through the generations real quickly, but it turns out the Sega is just too awesome to have one episode. So we need to do dedicated episodes. So this will be our dedicated Sega Genesis episode. Now, I was a Genesis kid myself. I went from a Nintendo to Sega Genesis. What about you, Doggy? Were you a Genesis kid or a Super Nintendo trader? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I had a both, but I like the as a Genesis fan, a Sega fanboy, just that much more, you know.
That much more.
Yeah. Yeah. I love my Genesis.
Awesome. What about you, Dreadpool? Were you a Sega kid or a Nintendo kid?
I was a Nintendo kid. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Oh, did you even Genesis?
I did, actually. I did.
Okay.
I was one of the, like I said, I grew up gaming just in general, so it didn't matter where I gamed. You know what I mean? So when it came down to it, though, it was like, parents were like, you have to pick, what do you want? And at that time, when Nintendo came out, it was like, wow, where did this come from? And so we got Nintendo, but Genesis wasn't on the radar at that time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then when it did come out, it was like, I bought myself a Genesis because I wanted it, and parents were like, "Nope, why do you need that when you have this thing?" That same old story for a lot of us. You already have a console. Why do you need something else?
It's the same thing.
Yeah. They don't. My mom understood, but my dad definitely didn't understand.
All right. Well, let's see. Arch, real quick to change topics here. Shout out real quick to the chat. As always, we have Tony Grasso. He says, "What's good, kids?" I don't know about that. We're pretty old. We got Nukem saying "boom, boom, kaboom." He's always in the room. And then let's see, coming down, we have Unicorn Princess with Friday Night Funkin'.
That's like that's a Five Nights at Freddy's game or something like that. You'll have to tell me, Unicorn Princess. I forget. Yeah, some kind of game. Right. Friday Night Funkin'.
All right, so real quick, just to honor the Genesis a little bit more, keep going with our backstories. So how do you remember about how old you were when you were in the Genesis? Either one of you?
Let's see. I would have been.
I was in my teens.
10. I would have been 11, 12. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in my teens for sure, and early teens. And I remember seeing the Sega Genesis. By the time I got the Sega Genesis, I got the Model 2, not the original Model 1. So I ended up getting a Model 2. Did you get a Model 2 or a Model 1?
Model 1 for me.
Model 1. Whoa, an OG.
Yeah, like you mean like the Model 1 with the little slider with the headphone jack and had the
that's the Model 1.
Yeah, it had the little white reset button and stuff. Yeah, there you go. That's the one I had. Yeah.
And then when they made the Sega CD,
you had
to have that little attachment to make it fit right because
if you got the Model, if you got the Model 1, you got the Sega CD.
The Sega CD I had, in the front. Mine, and that one that I had, you slid it. It had like it was a bottom thing, and then it had like this thing that come up the side. You shoved your big Genesis in that. But the one that
it was
Dreadpool was talking about was the smaller one. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the bigger one that was white. I'm talking about
wait,
the actual Genesis.
You're talking about the Genesis. We thought you were talking about the Sega CD.
No, I'm talking about how wide it was that you had to actually add on that little clip because when you did get a Sega CD, that it was too big to sit on it.
Right.
So that's the Genesis I have is the original OG wide one.
Yeah.
With all the bells and whistles that
His
Doggy
Genesis
talking
was in
about.
16 by 9 widescreen.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to it. So we're just going to talk about some of our Genesis games. Now, to recap our last episode, we discussed Streets of Rage 2, so it's not like we don't believe that game is awesome, but that was in our Sega number 1 episode. And the other game we covered, what was the other game we covered, Doggy?
Altered Beast.
Altered Beast, that's right. Altered Beast. So, Dreadpool, seeing as this is your first time on the Sega shows, if you need to repeat any of the games we talked about, because we said our feelings about it, feel free to share. We'd love to hear what you have to say about it. So,
Yeah, no.
With all that being said, let's get straight to, you know what? I'm going to give it straight to our guest. Dreadpool, what is the first game that comes to mind when you think Sega Genesis?
All right, first game that comes to mind, and this is the reason you have to have this version of the Genesis. You can't have the retro mini and any of that stuff, right?
Right.
X-Men,
which one?
the first one.
Okay.
The first
Okay.
X-Men, right? Because, spoiler alert, when you play the game, it tells you get to a certain spot. I literally died the first time because I could not figure it out. And then the second time I had to pause
You died
it.
in Mojo's, didn't you?
I died. The second time I had to pause it. And I looked at my brother and I said, this doesn't make any sense. It's telling me to reset the computer. And I'm like, I've gone everywhere. I said, there's only reset on the console. So I
Right.
reset the console. And
Right.
holy shit, that was like the first game that blew my mind, that it transformed and broke the fourth wall there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To physically do something in your world that affected the game. So
Yeah, okay. I remember this bad boy.
Yeah, this is a fantastic game. I love the size of the sprites in comparison to its
Right.
counterpart
right, yeah.
on Nintendo couldn't do these size sprites.
No, they
But-
couldn't.
This was an awesome game. I played this over and over again, but like I said, that one spot, and I know it's kind of ruining it for those, but if you haven't played it by now, you're probably not
Probably
going to play
won't.
it.
Let me see if I can
Yeah.
find it.
But
All right,
but you should.
Yeah.
But you
So here's
should.
Mojo, right? So here's Mojo. You gotta beat Mojo, reset the computer. This is the part you're talking about, right?
It's after this.
Right.
Yeah.
The level after this, or after you beat him?
I don't remember.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I found it. Okay. So let me go kind of to it. So you beat Mojo. This guy knows this game. And that's another thing about the game. The game was not easy.
No, it was not easy at all.
I remember the first time I beat this game. I beat Apocalypse. Here's the computer, right?
No. It's a big old terminal.
And I remember I beat Apocalypse. Here it is.
Was that it?
Yeah. System reset.
Right
Virus
here.
Program suspended. Yep. This is what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is
Code
it.
required for system reactivation. Yes.
And you had to actually hit the button.
And you had to reset it.
There was nothing you could do with the controls. Nothing you can do anywhere else. You had to actually hit the actual reset button.
Right.
And
So
you
the
see-
first time I beat this one, I beat it with Wolverine. He was my last character alive.
That was mine.
And I remember I beat him, and I was so excited. And I was young and barely into X-Men, and I was like, yes, I beat him with aluminum claws. Instead of saying adamantium, I said aluminum. Oh man, my cousin, he was there when I beat it. He made so much fun of me when that happened. Doggy, did you ever play this game?
I play this. I remember it. I don't know really too much about it. I remember some of these screens you was showing and stuff, but no, I don't really remember too much about it. Like I didn't beat it like you guys were talking about, or whatever Dreadpool was talking about, where you had to reset the console or that. That's good. That's good. That's a good find there, Dreadpool. That's a good.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a good one, or a good good memory of some good old games there. Yeah,
It's one of the best memories for that console. Is that
yeah. I mean,
breaking
yeah.
that fourth wall, just unbelievable.
Right. So yeah. All right. Well, so that is Dreadpool's first game when he thinks Genesis is X-Men. Doggy, what do you got?
Man, I mean, when I think Genesis, I think Sonic, and I remember waiting on Sonic Tuesday. Wasn't Sonic Tuesday 9/9/92?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember. Okay, yeah, I thought it. Yeah. But anyway, I remember waiting on that forever after enjoying the first Sonic game and all that good stuff. That this game didn't disappoint. The gameplay was even better at the time. If you remember, like what they're touting the blast processing or whatever, like no game was as fast as this game. And I mean, it wasn't, right? Nothing felt as fast as Chemical Zone, right? When you played the Chemical Plant Zone, whatever. Yeah, whatever, you know.
That's right.
What else? Spin Dash. That's what it was. Spin Dash. That's what, you know, that's what made the gameplay better than even the first one, was that added Spin Dash where you could press down and woo, 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 woo,
Yep.
get him rolling, get him even faster. Used it
That's
for another
right.
attack. Man, yeah, this zone right here was cool. This casino
Oh,
zone.
I
remember
would
that.
waste so much time on this casino level.
Right, exactly. That was awesome. The half pipe zones.
Oh yeah. Okay.
For the Chaos Emeralds were awesome, right? Wasn't that fun? I loved having Tails right there helping you out, like so my brother could play with me, and he could take a few falls, you know, when we were facing the bosses, you know, and you know Tails would be there helping you out. Yeah, and just I mean, some of these levels, I mean, just are absolutely memorable, iconic levels, you know. This one right here, exactly. What was this called?
This is the egg. Fortress.
Yeah, before the Death Egg. Let's say a Sky Fortress or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool boss fight there. Sorry, I've got to lose it in your
So
gameplay picks.
my Genesis, this Model 2, came packed in with Sonic 2.
Oh, nice.
So I did end up beating Sonic 2. You know, you got to fight Metal Sonic,
Right?
all that good stuff. Ironically, I never ever collected the Chaos Emeralds.
Oh,
Like for some reason, it didn't dawn on me that that's why you were doing the special levels until much later in life.
the Super Sonic was awesome too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
until
the
much later in life, it didn't dawn on me that that's why you had to do Super Sonic. So I went back and replayed it and turned on Super Sonic with my Game Genie. And man, talk about the difference, man. Super Sonic was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They
go
had
ahead.
Sorry.
No, go
Doggy.
ahead, Doggy. Go ahead. He had a what?
They also had like a debug mode or something where you could make Super Sonic or something, right? Where you could enter some codes or something like that at the beginning of the.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
and you could like make yourself coins and do all this other stuff. And I think you could turn yourself into Super Sonic with that. And one more other thing I was going to say that I did when you showed that. Remember when you get the cool posters with the games and stuff? I remember opening that game and it came with this huge poster of Sonic 2 and stuff on it. Man, that was so awesome, you know.
Right?
Yeah, I might still have that stashed somewhere. That was awesome. So I remember that. Yeah, what a great game. Great game.
Fantastic game. You can't go wrong with that with Sonic. Dreadpool, did you play this game?
How could you not?
Right?
I mean,
What did you think
came
of it
with
when you played it when you were younger? A much younger Dreadpool.
I liked it, but I just didn't see all the hype everybody had over it. They're pitting it against Mario, and I'm like, they're two different games. They're two different styles.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's not the same, you know. And it was cool
Spoken
that it
like
had
a
the
true
speed,
Nintendo
but a
fanboy.
lot of times, yeah, it is right. But a lot of times, I just found myself like, you're there for the ride, and it's like, how do you know when to jump? How do you know when to do something until you like get to the end of that run that, you know, when you did the supersonic his
Right.
little rolling speed that he does. So, but other than that, some of the other levels were really cool. But to be honest, I started thinking about it. When I think of Genesis, right, and it's a game I played, but it's not my game for it, and I love the game. But when I think about it, is when I was trying to save up to buy it, it came with Quackshot. So I always picture Quackshot with Donald Duck and the plungers. So I always picture that in my head, but that's not like my favorite game of Genesis.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's one of the it's a great game though. Don't get me wrong.
Definitely.
So it's just like Sonic. You hear Sonic, you think Sega. You know what I mean? I don't think Genesis because Sonic has lasted throughout all of that. But yeah, that Sonic was back then, but he wasn't the main. Let's say spokesperson, if you want to say it like that. But it wasn't a mascot.
Mascot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never played Quackshot. I've only ever seen it. But yeah, I don't think anybody's ever said anything bad about Quackshot. I just never played it.
No, that's what I loved about Genesis. It actually had Disney IP on there.
Oh, the Disney games on Sega were amazing.
Yeah, the Aladdin and Lion King one. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about way before that.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse, Castle of Illusion,
Oh,
World of
the
Illusion.
Illusion. Yeah, that one's cool too. You're right.
My favorite one.
When they re-released it, I bought it.
Nice.
I made sure I had it. So
I have, talk about Disney. I love Mickey Mania. If you've never played it, Mickey Mania released on the Genesis and on the Super Nintendo, and people say the Super Nintendo version is better. But then they re-released it on the Sega CD, and man, you want to talk about the perfect one? Is the Sega CD one, and of course I have all those versions. I love me some Mickey Mania. Real quick shout out in the chat. We are joined by HTK. Hey HTK, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you. By the way, guys, if you enjoy the show, be sure to like and share it out. Tweet it out. We are a small show. Anything you guys say is appreciated.
For sure.
All right. So now we're moving on to meh. So when I was looking at the Nintendo and the Genesis, right? So the Nintendo had Super Mario World. By this time I was Mario'd out for the time being. I had played Mario Brothers 2, and Mario Brothers 3, and Super Mario World. While it looked good and fun, and I'm sure I would have loved it, and especially Yoshi, the addition of Yoshi. Yeah. When I looked over at the Sega Genesis, it had one game playing, and this is the game that decided it all for me, and that is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was just the deciding factor, and especially because it had the blood code on the Genesis. You could turn on the blood like the arcade. It had all the fatalities like in the arcade, none of these weird ones that the Super Nintendo had. So because it was a much closer port to the arcade, I wanted this game. So I had to have a Genesis. So I ended up getting a Sega Genesis specifically for this game. And, I never looked back on it. Of course, you're seeing the playthrough of my favorite character, Scorpion. I know a lot of people like Sub-Zero, but I like Scorpion. And I beat this game with every single character. Every single one.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
Back then, you had to,
play this game here, Dreadpool?
Actually, that's my number 2 game that I was going to bring up.
Oh, well, if you want to piggyback, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll piggyback. Yeah, Team Scorpion. So,
nice.
But yeah, this was the game to have when it came out. It was to have it on the Genesis. Nintendo shortly learned after that when it came to the second one, but this is the one for this version to get. And yeah, you played every single character all the way through. I mean, if you didn't, you weren't a Mortal Kombat fan. And yet again, this comes from the arcades. You know what I mean?
Right.
And playing in the arcades, this was the closest you could be at the arcade without popping quarters left and right. I mean, I could have bought like 30 copies of this Mortal Kombat back in the day, just if I didn't go to the arcade.
Right.
And then
I could never do fatalities in the arcade, so they would always get the uppercut. Of course, when I got the Sega Genesis, I downloaded you used to have printouts of all the moves back then from GameFAQs or something like that. Or, EGM would put all the moves on their magazine. So, I would reference those all the time. Like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, up, like forward, back, forward, down, B, or something like that, right? I don't remember what the move was, but yeah. Doggy, did you ever play Mortal Kombat on the Genesis?
Oh yeah, like you said, this was this was a reason to get a Genesis if you didn't already have one. You know, I mean, I forgot you had to put a code in to get the blood. Was that what you had to do?
Yeah, with the blood
okay.
code.
Okay, yeah. So either way, yeah, I always play with the blood on. Yeah, I played the Super Nintendo version with the sweat or whatever. It might have better graphics, but yeah, I didn't compare to this. The gameplay on this, just like any Genesis game, was better. You know, it played better. And yeah, like Dreadpool said, we played this in the arcade. We're not settling for something that's completely like
night moves.
Yeah, you know, like we want as close as we can get. This was as close as it was getting. I bought this on the Genesis. I remember talking about it in high school, and people were like, "Oh, could I borrow this from you?" You know, I didn't really want to give it up because I want to play it all weekend or whatever. And I'd lend it to people, and they wouldn't give it back, so I learned not to do that. I also got it on the Sega CD. The Sega CD version had the arcade music and stuff, and tiny bit better graphics. Like it had some pits, some heads in the pit and stuff. Yeah, this was awesome. I love this. I played this game a ton. You know, so this one's definitely on my great list. You know, my list of great Genesis titles. You know, so loved it. Absolutely. I was a huge Mortal Kombat fan. So, like I said, it played great too, and I believe it worked with the 6-button pad as well, right?
Yeah, I did because
so
I bought a 6-button pad specifically for this.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, my Model 2 came with a 6-button pad. I didn't even get a 3-button pad.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's cool. Yeah.
Real quick, Princess Zelda's in the chat. Get over here. Scorpion is the best. That's right. Hey, Doggy, who was your character?
I always use Sub-Zero, even though I love Scorpion. But yeah, I knew it was coming. But Sub-Zero. His fatality was easier to do too. So it was like down forward, and his fatality was cooler too. The head rip, the head spine rip.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. All right. With all of that being said, it is time for intermission. But we don't have a Princess Zelda, so take it away, Dreadpool.
It's intermission time. Iconic video games podcast without Princess Zelda. I am your host, Dreadpool, and we have no game for tonight because I didn't realize I would have to prepare a game to do anything, so I'm doing my radio voice.
Don't you worry about Dreadpool, we got you covered. I prepared a game for us today.
Nice.
All right, so let me get to my games section here, guys.
All right, that's good.
Oh no, I lost it.
Oh no, we have lost the game for the...
There it is. Yay. All right, so today's game is Guess That Sega Genesis Game.
All right, so
I will be showing you a Sega Genesis game on your screen, and you guys will just have to tell me what the name of the game is. Now, Dreadpool, being such a huge Genesis guy, I know you know this one, but let me prepare it. Dreadpool, do you think you'll get all these without Googling and cheating?
Do what?
Do you think you'll get all these without Googling and cheating?
Do what?
Do you think you will guess these games?
Do what?
Yeah, exactly. He's saying that.
How many times? Do what?
Now, all right. So here we go. Let's get it started here. Here we go. Ask the community. All right. So community, name this puzzle platformer. Now I turned off the music by accident. Oh no, it's okay. All right. So the options are: is it No Escape?
Okay.
Is it The Page Master? Or is it The Lost Vikings? Lost Vikings. Real quick. Must be nice to relax for once at Princess Zelda. All right. So, Doggy Dog, what do you got?
I mean, the guy had a little Viking hat there. I mean, and I've heard of the Lost Vikings. So got to go with that.
All right. He's going with The Lost Vikings. Dreadpool, do you know this game?
Doggy Dog, I regret to inform you, you are correct. I believe it is The Lost Vikings also.
All right. And of course, I know what the answer is, but we're going to give the chat a few more minutes here to figure it out. Let's see here. What do we got? It looks like the chat's figured it out pretty quick. Let's give him a few more seconds here of this bouncy level. What? Have you ever played this game, Dreadpole?
No. I've only
heard of this game. I've never played it.
What about you, I've heard of. Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it, and
yeah.
You got to remember, back then we had so much money, so you had to like pick and choose what you had to play.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and the voting right there. Let's take a look at the way the chat voted. Dreadpole, do you have your chat up? Because I can't see it.
I have my chat up, but I didn't. I didn't vote.
Can you see how the chat voted?
I'm glad I never rented this.
Yes, the chat voted. Lost Vikings 85%, Pagemaster 14%, and nobody voted for No Escape. Total of 7 votes.
All right, well, this is the Lost Vikings. Now, the Lost Vikings was actually developed by Silicon and Synapse. Now, Silicon and Synapse is now Blizzard. So this is a Blizzard game. It was originally released for the Super Nintendo and then released to the Genesis. But the Genesis version is the superior version, and I'm going to tell you why. The Genesis version contains 5 stages not present in any other version of the game, and it can also be played by 3 players simultaneously. So, once again, Genesis does what nobody else did, not even the arcade.
Wow.
All right, back to our intermission while I prepare the next one. Dreadpole, do you have any weird facts about the Lost Vikings you want to share with people?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have any weird Lost Viking facts you want to share with people?
Nope. I just never had a chance to play to get into it.
Right.
I just read about it a lot in GamePro and EGM and some other magazines.
And like Dreadpole said, we only had so much money to spend on games then, and even if you went to the video game store and rented, games, you'd probably, I don't know, I'd have picked something else over that each time I went there, so.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, even if that was in the arcade, I definitely would not have watched it, would not have chosen.
Oh, if it was in the arcade, I would have popped a quarter in.
Yeah?
I might try if I happen on that.
The arcade, you got to remember, the arcade was like the original OG Game Pass, because you had a quarter, you could pop, if you had like 20 quarters, you could pop a quarter here, a quarter there. You try out all the games, and you figure out which games you liked. If there's a new game that popped in, you popped a quarter and figured out whether or not it was for you, and you moved on, or you stayed there.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh, our music has ended. Restart! Absolutely. Now, Princess Zelda again is not here. Let's see what the chat said. Oh, Unicorn Princess has announced that she has made a YouTube video. You can watch it if you want. We will definitely check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I don't know how to do that, Princess Zelda. I have no idea what you two are talking about. Okay, here we go. So, here we go. Name this game. Let me add it to the stream. Okay. Oh, hold on. I messed up. I didn't put it in full screen mode. So if you saw it, you're cheating. All right. Here we go. All right. Name this action-adventure game. Is this Crusader Senti, Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, or Flashback? Doggy dog. Go ahead.
I mean, by process of elimination, I'm going with this Crusader game.
Does this look like a crusading game right now? I mean, he's driving a car.
Yeah, right, but it doesn't look like... Unless, like, he's having an awful, like, flashback of, like, a DUI. I mean,
Of a
I don't see a
DUI.
flashback, and I don't... That's not Alex Kidd, I know that, so... It kind of looks like RC Pro-Am, but, like, newer style. Like, 16-bit graphics, really. I'm going with Crusader. I'm not getting talked out of this.
All right. He's
Not,
going with Crusader.
I mean, even though I am having a bad flashback of, some bad driving. I don't really know a DUI or none, but yeah, I'm just having a bad day and a little road rage or something. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Crusader.
Dreadpole, what do you got? What do you think this driving game is all about?
I have I don't know this one. This looks familiar. I remember. I remember this. I
stuff the
just can't.
Dreadpool?
Yes, exactly. I remember this, but I'm having a hard time. I want to say it's Alex Kidd, but the problem is I remember Alex Kidd being in like Mario. I don't remember being in.
That's what I thought. Yeah, maybe
over
I'm right.
the top view.
That's what I thought.
So.
Yeah, Alex Kidd. Yeah, it was a side scroller or something.
Final answer. Final answer. 5 seconds.
Let's go with Crusader.
All right.
I like this music.
We got 2
This is pretty good
Crusaders.
music. You know, I gotta.
Yeah, let's go with Crusader because Flashback doesn't. I don't know a game as Flashback other than if it's the one that I'm thinking of. Flashback is more polygon, and it wasn't as defined in the shapes. Much older PC game,
Right.
so I'm going on base. Like I said, it's got to be Crusader. That's the only thing I can think of because I don't know. It can't be anything else.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I. Yeah,
Real quick
process
shout
of
out to
elimination.
1917 Chrome Pony. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here now. Hey, we love having you here. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate everything. All right, so we're going to go ahead and end the voting here. Maybe? There we go. And poll. Okay.
Some nice music. I like that.
If you said Crusader Senti, you were correct.
All right.
All right. Crusader Senti was released in 1995. Reviews of the game were positive, despite it basically being a Zelda clone. Now, I have this game. I recently acquired it because it's one of those really expensive games. Because it didn't do too well commercially, obviously. And you have 2 animals following you around. And these 2 animals empower your sword in a very specific way. Like some of them can make your sword go further when you throw it. Some of them can freeze enemies. Some of them can freeze enemies. And some of them can do more damage, do fire damage, so forth and so on. So being an action adventure game, the more you play, the more you unlock. You don't necessarily level up anything other than your hearts and your stamina. That's it. You don't learn anything. You got to actually go out and acquire stuff. So, and what you acquired is animals. So that was kind of fun. And you got to do all these disguises throughout the game to get further. Like you're dressed as a slime. You get turned into a dog, into a flower, all kinds of cool stuff. It's a really neat game. If you can't afford it, which this game I think is bordering $300 right now. Loose. You should definitely emulate it and give it a shot. It's not too long of a game. So yeah. Anybody have any interest in this game there? Dog Dreadpool?
It looks cool.
It looks
cool.
interesting.
Yeah. Looks like something I'd like.
Right.
And it's got some racing element in there too, so yeah, I got to give it props.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Or not today's, but this portion of Intermission Time with Princess Zelda, a.k.a. Dreadpool Now. By the way, Princess Zelda, you have been replaced by Dreadpool.
Intermission Time, iconic video game podcast with Princess Dreadpool is over.
Princess Dreadpool. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you for playing our game.
Back to you. I love it. I love the voice. All right, here we go. So, moving on with our next games. Dreadpool, seeing as you already said your number 2, you can just piggyback on what we said. Because your number 2 was going to be Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
So, we're going to skip straight to Doggy. What was your number 2 game?
Let's see. Since we've covered the Mortal Kombat, I'm a huge arcade guy. Love the fighters, man. And I always had to have every single version of Street Fighter 2. And in the 16-bit era, the best version of Street Fighter 2 was Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition on the Genesis. I remember they were I don't know. Nintendo had the rights to Street Fighter forever, and then they announced this just like in the EGM, and I was like, "Whoa, no way!" Right? And
right,
you know, they introduced the 6-button pad, I believe, alongside this, right? Isn't this the reason they got they introduced this 6-button pad? Either way.
Well, I don't know if it's the reason they introduced the 6-button pad, but
I don't think so.
No, okay. I thought, yeah, okay. So, but anyway, it played just like almost any Genesis games. It just had a superior gameplay. It just played more fluid. It's easier to pull stuff off with the 6-button pad. Look at this. This looks great. What is there? 64 colors, 64 color palette or whatever. In the Genesis,
could do much more than 64 colors, but it could only display 64 colors.
Yeah, okay, and it had 256 that it like to choose from, whatever. But yeah, look at that. This is great. I remember when they were first displaying it and showing it like an EGM. It had the letter boxing, and they weren't going to have as big as sprites and all this stuff. And once this came out, they did a great job. You know. Anyway, I probably spent hours and hours. Don't tell how many hours I spent playing this just because I love Street Fighter games. Yeah, this one, out of all the Street Fighter 16 bits when they came out in its heyday on console, this is the best one for sure.
Right.
And it had the best cover art too. The cover art was awesome too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
the cover art with Guile color. It had Guile throwing the sonic boom at Bison. In the
nice,
with
Blanca rolling
level
around as well, coming towards Guile. I remember that.
Yep.
Yes. Dreadful, did you ever play Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the Genesis?
No.
No.
No, I was not a Street Fighter.
Well, I rented this game. Yeah, I rented this game. I didn't buy it. I never owned it. I've never owned any Street Fighter game because, well, they're just kind of hard for me. I don't know. Mortal Kombat's like the only fighter I ever really got into, but Street Fighter just kicks my butt. I rented it, and I loved it, man. And I hated Ryu so much. Oh my god, I hated stupid Ryu right before Zanchief.
Yeah.
You know, he was just OP. I hated him so much, so I ended up being a Ken guy because they have the same moves. At this time in the series, they had the exact same moves, no different. And so I ended up being a Ken player, and yeah, that was what I did. That was my character. Who was your character, Doggy Dog?
Ken. I loved Ken, dude. He was the man.
Ken
he was
for
the
me
man.
too. Absolutely.
And also might I add, the music in this for the limited sound capabilities of the Genesis, they did great with that too. You know what I'm saying? They did. I think they did awesome with this game. The voices were a little garbled when it's a round one fight.
And nobody cared about that.
But yeah, exactly. Other than that, man,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, this was the superior version.
Were the best for this right here. This person's not doing it, but you're supposed to be doing kicks.
Yep. They're doing like Fireball or something. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're doing Fireball. All right, so it looks like Princess Zelda and Unicorn Princess are Chun-Li fans. So to them, they're Chun-Li, who is the strongest woman in the world in the Street Fighter universe.
Right.
Dreadful, so you never played any Street Fighters? Dread.
Ah, sorry, I was muted. I was playing. I played them. I played them when they were the original one when it was Ken and Ryu. When you fought each other and
okay, yeah.
The OG.
Wow,
that's what I'm talking about, man. But other than that, I just never got into it. That I was Mortal Kombat when it came to
Mortal Kombat.
Which side I was on? I was an MK kid. I wasn't a Street Fighter kid.
Right.
I loved them both, but yeah, I could see. Yeah, there was always they were a different play style for sure. So you kind of had your preference. I preferred the more fluid, faster seeming style of the combos and stuff of Street Fighter. But man, they were both so great. So yeah, I could see. Yeah, some people just didn't like playing either one. Yeah, but I was a sucker for any arcade ports, man. I'd play anything, man. And there was so many on the Genesis too. I loved it. World Heroes. Also, the Genesis version also had the original opening scene. Like with the where the guy gets punched and stuff. The Super Nintendo didn't have.
He gets
Yeah, when dude goes
right to the jaw.
boom, yeah, and he hits him, and then it goes up the building and it shows the Street Fighter symbol. The Genesis one did that. The Super Nintendo one just and then it just brought in the. I'm waiting for it to show up on the screen there, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? So
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, obviously Nintendo had a problem just with the opening scene of somebody getting punched or something, I guess. So I thought that was cool when I turned that game on and it had the exact opening scene, almost as arcade perfect as they could get on that. That was cool to be too. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that right there. Bam.
Right.
Yeah, punch. Yeah, so yeah, it was just I was such a huge Street Fighter fan. I always had to have. By then, I probably had 2 versions on the Super Nintendo. Maybe I can't even remember. I think it seems like they brought out every version, so. But yeah, that was
Awesome.
the best.
That's a great choice, Doggy. Great choice. We're gonna go to me next. Dreadful, have you thought of a backup number 2, maybe? Well, you can think of one while I think.
I'll think of one.
So my game, my nerdiness is going to come out. Now, I didn't experience this as a kid, but I experienced this game as an adult. And that game is going to be Shining Force, but more specifically, Shining Force 2. This is a strategy RPG, turn-based strategy RPG on the Sega Genesis. And, I mean, look how many characters you can control. I think you could control a total of 15 at a time, if I'm not mistaken. You could do 4 rows of 4, so 16. Yeah, you could control 16 characters, and you got to position them around the map. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Some were magic users, some were tanks, some were offense, defense, so forth and so on. Some were close, some were far ranged, and it was all permadeath. Period. There was no scrub mode on this one, and I ended up loving this game. Like. It's an RPG for sure. You can see the computer doing their moves, right? And it's overly simplistic when you think about the combat screens, but the combat itself, the positioning, is what makes this game so much fun. Because if you position wrong, one of your guys could be killed instantly. By the way, chat, let us know what some of your favorite Sega Genesis games are. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I ended up playing this game, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 hours to beat it. Because if I died, I would reset. I didn't want to lose any characters. So I ended up doing the fights over and over and over and over again. All right, so here you go. See? The ballista is attacking the bird. So yeah, it's a fun little game. Not too serious, not too long if you let the permadeath handle. But the more characters, if you lose too many characters, you'll be unable to finish the game. Just putting that out there. So yeah, what about? Did either of you know about this game or play this game?
From the looks of it, it's not my game at all.
No.
No.
You don't like strategy?
Just looking at all that back and forth, it just gives me a headache.
No way, man. That's what I was all about.
Hey, that's cool though. And that's the beauty of it is you're able to share what you love, and maybe somebody else might be interested in it.
Definitely. What about you, Doggy? Have you heard of Shining Force?
I've heard of Shining Force. I thought I had played it, but now that you show the strategy element of it, I don't think I've played this. It looks kind of cool, and I was into RPGs and stuff. I mean, it kind of looks Final Fantasy-ish with a strategy element, so I'm surprised I didn't give it a whirl if I didn't. But
right?
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. Yeah, I don't really recall it. I remember the name Shining Force and all that good stuff, but yeah, I don't remember. I don't recall it if I did play.
I know it was popular. Don't get me wrong. Just because it's not for me, I know it's popular. Right. A lot of people loved it. So we all know the name. It's just watching this gameplay is like, wow. I am glad it wasn't me.
Yeah, and you got to keep track of all these people. I love to flank, so I like separating my groups. So, yeah, having to keep track of them was difficult at points. So, yeah, moving on. All right, so that's my game. I love this game. It's amazing. It's a good strategy RPG even to this day. You can download it on your phone. It's part of the Sega Ages collection. I'm sure they probably have something on the Xbox Live Arcade for it. Real quick, go in here. Let's see. Titan says, but Buster Douglas Boxing. That's a game I never played, but I am aware of it.
Finally,
what about you?
I was gonna say finally, Titan likes a good game.
All right, and we got Tony Grasso here saying Kid Chameleon. I've also never played Kid Chameleon. What about you, Dread?
I have not played either one. I did watch Buster, and yet again, it was back in the day. You had to figure out which games you could buy, which ones you're going to have to pass on,
Right.
and maybe try to remember to rent later on.
Right.
So, but Kid Chameleon is another one of those that didn't get a chance to play, but wanted to play. You know, there's a lot of games back then that we never got a chance to play. That's what I liked about arcades. Like I said, you pop a quarter, you play the game, you moved on if you didn't like it. But at least you got a chance to play it out. You got a chance to actually watch somebody play it to decide if it was for you or not. So, but those are great games.
Absolutely fantastic games. Doggy, did you ever play Kid Chameleon?
No, I don't think I played Kid Chameleon. I rented so many games. I might have played it, but I don't remember it if I did.
All right, me either. Well, with all that being said, it is time for an intermission. Dreadpool, take it away.
Part 2 intermission time of Iconic Video Game Podcast with Princess Dreadpool. Unfortunately, I don't know the topics on this one, so Axel, take it away.
All right, so same as last time, I am going to show you a video game, and you are going to try to guess which video game that is. Now you got me talking
game.
with a TV voice as well. All right, here we go. Name this game right here. Is this fighting game? Name this fighting game. Is it Mortal Kombat? Is it Streets of Rage? Or is it Pit Fighter? And Doggy, go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right.
I swear, if you don't know this, I'm going to come through the TV, through my computer, through this headset, and strangle you.
Yeah, I
How do you
mean,
kill someone over the internet?
I will find a way.
right. Okay. So, yeah, it has to be Pit Fighter. Yeah.
All right, Pit Fighter.
Pit Fighter.
From Doggy Dog. Are you sure it's digitized?
Yeah, I mean, it could be Mortal Kombat. It could be Streets of Rage. I mean, I'm gonna go with Pit Fighter.
I don't know. Street Fighter ripoff from Unicorn Princess. All right, Dreadful. What do you got?
Obviously Pit Fighter.
Right. Did you ever play this game in the arcade?
In the arcade, yeah.
Nice. I never played this game in the arcade. Well, I think I did. And I got my butt handed to me so badly I never played this game ever again.
This game's got one of those type of memories.
It's tough. All right, we're waiting for the chat to finish their voting here. Give them a few more seconds of this incredible game. Is this Mortal Kombat, Streets of Rage, or Pit Fighter? Doggy Dog says Pit Fighter. Dreadpool says Pit Fighter. Let's see, what do we got? General Spartan, hey, welcome to the show. Thank you so much
General
for being
Spartan.
here.
In the house.
Hey, welcome, General.
That's Pit Fighter. Let's see, what else we got? He has blue pants like Sub-Zero. There you go. Princess Zelda is always, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon and everything.
That's the wrong skid marks.
Wrong skid marks. All right, let's see. The Dragon Heart Yobi TV says Putt Fighter. I mean, come on. By the way, Dragon Heart, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share it out. And then he says Pit. All right, I think that's enough time for the chat. Let's see where they are. Dreadpool, what did the chat say?
I'm waiting for the chat to pop up. It doesn't show
There
on
we
the
go.
screen.
There we go. Let's see. We got wow.
I still
All
got.
right, Dreadful, what are the results?
I don't. There we go. Pit Fighter at 60%, Streets of Rage at 30%, and Mortal Kombat at 10%. Okay, I am upset with you 40%ers there. I'm really upset with that. Like, that's not Mortal Kombat. I mean, that 10%, whoever that one person was. I'm sorry, but come on. No shame. That's all right. You tried. You didn't know. You played the game, right? You learned. Now you know it's Pit Fighter.
I mean,
Right.
How do you know? I mean, really?
I mean, we just talked about Mortal Kombat, which is why
Maybe they missed that part of the show.
that's possible.
Well, that's inexcusable.
Really?
Yeah. So
All right, moving
pay
on to the
attention.
next
You would know
question.
these answers if you pay attention to the whole show. You know the answers.
Hold on.
Did you?
Hold on.
Really?
Gee, oh, my wife is pointing that to 40%.
I think she's that 10%. Oh, she is that 10%.
I was joking about Sub-Zero's pants. Okay, what do we got? Whoever said Mortal Kombat, you're fired.
You're fired. Yeah, there you go, Yobi.
My
Right.
wife said Mortal Kombat. Hey, she's not a gamer. She's not a gamer. I'll give it to my wife.
I love it, Yobi. You're awesome, man. That's great.
And Yobi say Tony Grasso says you have to strangle 40% of the chat. Dreadful. Fun guy, fun times. All right, here we go. Next question on this chat. Once again, I am going to show you a video game, and you are going to tell me which one it is. Are we ready, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
By the way,
Awesome.
all these games are on the Sega Genesis. Name
Right.
this role-playing game. Is this role-playing game called Landstalker, Phantasy Star 2, or Contra Hard Corps? All right.
Sorry. I'm going to shame everybody right now. You should already know what this is.
You should, but let's see. Doggy Dog, what do you think this is?
Fantasy Star 2. Yeah, 2.
2. All right. Doggy Dog immediately recognized it. Did you recognize it right away, Doggy?
Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
people following behind, even just when you're walking. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Dreadful, what do you think this game is?
Doggy, I'm going to go through there and strangle you. How do you guess that? Of course it's Phantasy Star 2.
Yep. There you go.
Yep, menus galore. on
Yeah,
this
look at
game.
that, right?
And another one of those games that I'd love to play, but watching people play it going, okay, that seems like a lot of work to enjoy a game. But yet again, people enjoy these types of games.
Real quick, my wife says, this time I will wait for Mr. Dreadpoom.
Dread Poom. Dread
Poom.
Poom. Dread Poom.
Dread
I
Poom.
like that.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
Dread Poom.
Dreadpoom. All right, let's give the chat a few more seconds of this fantastic gameplay here. Before, all right, so Doggy, you got Phantasy Star. Dreadpool has Phantasy Star. Give the chat a few more seconds. Oh, real quick, you know what? I missed my my Pit Fighter fact. So going back to the previous game,
Oh yeah, cool.
Pit Fighter, the game before this one, was a 1990 arcade game that was ported to multiple systems. The game used digitized live actors. The second game to do so, I wonder which one was the first one, through a blue screen process. All right, but back to this game. All right, I think everybody's had... I'm afraid to get fired by him. You're so scary, Dreadpool.
I wasn't the one that said fired. That was Dragonheart.
All right. That's enough of that. Dreadpool, where is the chat on this one?
I'm waiting for the... There we go. The chat was very smart and decided not to vote Contra, not to vote Landstalker, but they 100% agreed. Phantasy Star 2. I guess they figured if Doggy Dog wasn't going to sit there and fumble through and try to figure out what his choice was, and he knew right away that they were going to go with Doggy Dog's choice.
That's right.
That's a smart. That is smart, chat. All right, you're picking up on this.
Doggy, seeing as you recognize Phantasy Star, have you played it?
Yeah, I played the Fantasy Stars.
Nice.
Not like the online deals or whatever they have, but
That's the best one.
That's the one I've been playing.
Hold on, real quick.
I
Sorry to
started.
interrupt. Wise Old Gamer stopped
There he
saying, "What's
is.
up?" I can't stay long. I just wanted to show my support. Hey, Wise.
Hi, Wise.
Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you. And
I s-
focus on getting better, Wise.
Yeah, for
Focus on
sure.
your health,
For
buddy.
sure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
take care.
Health
Yeah,
first.
definitely.
Health first, man.
Take care of yourself first, brother.
Yeah, no point in hurrying back to anything. No.
All right, sorry to interrupt you. Just had to get in there for some Wise love.
That
I don't know
one
how
they
that sounded, but
that Fantasy Star Online they came out with on the Xbox One, the newest one or whatever. Like I started playing that. That was cool. I just didn't really. You need a crew or something like that.
You definitely need a crew.
I never got into that deal, but I wanted to even get into that. So but yeah, the old original Fantasy Stars were awesome. Yes, I was a big RPG buff back in the day. I love that kind of stuff. So. Final Fantasies, Secret of Mana, that kind of, all those kind of things.
Dreadful, have you played Phantasy Star?
Not this one. I played the more modern versions
Which ones?
online.
Oh, Phantasy Star Online 2?
Yeah. Yes.
Nice. All right, real quick. So Phantasy Star 2 in specific. Phantasy Star 2 was developed and published by Sega themselves. It was released in 1990. At the time, Phantasy Star 2 was the first video game to use a 6 megabit cartridge, making it the biggest video game on a console at the time. Now,
Wow. Okay.
I am a huge Phantasy Star fan. The only Phantasy Star I don't have is the very first one on the Sega Master System. But I have Phantasy Star 1, 2, 3, 4, Phantasy Star Universe, and Phantasy Star Online. So I am a huge Phantasy Star buff. So you play online? What ship are you on?
It's been a while since I played.
Okay.
So I don't know. It was like the.
It's A, B, C, or D.
I want to say B.
Okay, I'm on A with what's his name?
I was playing with
Tempest.
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 So
Yeah, I'm on the
then
ship.
I'm on A.
Tempest.
Then I'm on A. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I went on whatever. Well, first, because it was the beta, I went on whatever they gave us because it was only the one ship that we had for the area. And then wherever Tempest went, that's where I went.
Yeah, that's basically what I did too. Tempest is huge into Phantasy Star. Wise Old Gaming says, I love you guys, but if the nurse comes, I gotta go play my personal Phantasy Star. Oh my gosh, that could be taken so many different ways.
The Wise Old
I'm gonna
Gamer.
assume you mean Phantasy Star Online.
The Wise Old Gamer. I'm gonna say the first part probably never happens, and we'll leave it at that.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
All right. And that's
Words
gonna
of
do it for
wisdom
the
right there
information
being
for
spoken.
this portion of the show, and we're going to move on to our third beloved Genesis games, and we're going to start off with Mr. Dreadpool because he piggybacked off my number one. So, Dreadpool, what is your number 3 Sega Genesis game?
All right. So I had to push up my honorable mention. So I'm just debating on which one I want to put up there. So I will keep my true number 3, and I will replace my number 2 with the honorable mention, which is Cyborg Justice.
Cyborg what?
Cyborg Justice. Basically, you're fighting robots. So you find these different shaped robots that you have to pick from, and you can fight with them, and you could literally pull their arms off and use their attachment to beat them with their own attachments.
This it right here? It's a beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Is this it?
No.
No? Mega Drive Cyborg Justice. Yeah, it is.
It's Mega Drive.
Genesis, Mega Drive, it's all the same.
No. It was a fighter where you could. Well, maybe this was it. It's been a while. But I remember where you could play against the second player. That's where we usually played. My brother and I would play against each other, and you would, yeah, because one hand had like a saw blade on it. Yeah, there you go.
There it is. He's gonna rip off his arm.
He pulls it off.
Okay. Yeah.
But you could also, yeah. See, there's the other guy. He's got the saw blade right there.
I see. He's gonna throw it.
So now
no, he equipped it. He equipped it.
Yeah, so he changed it out.
Okay.
So this is it. But like I said, normally my brother and I just played against each other.
Nice.
But like I said, it's been since the 90s.
Oh
Right.
yeah, for sure. Right. Exactly.
Dreadful, not Dreadful. Doggy, did you play this game?
No, I don't think I did. Unfortunately, this looks really awesome.
I've never
It's a
even
fun
heard of this
game.
game.
Yeah, I miss
Yeah,
this.
you-
I love games like this. So yeah, it definitely looks like older Genesis style, just by the power bars and stuff up top. But man, this
Right.
looks fun. This looks
All
fun.
right. Well,
See.
that's a good choice, Dreadful. So,
Right.
what is your true number 3?
My true number 3 will be Eternal Champions.
Real quick, going back to Cyborg Justice, John 907I says, like killing the boomer with the buzzsaw. I'm going to assume he knows Cyborg Justice. By the way, John, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the show out. All right. Sorry about that, Dread. What was that one?
Eternal Champions.
No, that game doesn't exist. Next. Eternal Champions.
Eternal Champions. Oh, no, I'm just joking.
Eternal Champions.
I used to love playing, and it's weird, right? You got to listen to this one. I played the dark mystery guy, right? The guy who looks like a detective. He's got the hat on, the trench coat.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But he also has a grappling hook.
Right.
He
So,
does.
yeah, and it's I don't know, kind of like a scorpion thing. But he does a lot of jumping, and then you could use the grappling hook while you're jumping too. So it's kind of really cool. A lot of the other characters are iconic in its own way, and it was a big popular game.
Oh yeah, I owned it. I owned the game.
I own this game.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this.
But I gotta
level,
tell
yeah.
you, it's not that great of a game overall.
Yeah, I was kind of mad at my purchase on this one here. Yeah, it's 2 frames per second. But,
younger me actually loved this game. Older
Yeah,
me,
playing it now, forget it.
yes,
older
exactly.
me hates this game.
Yeah,
But younger me liked this game. So this
I
was
like-
definitely not
This-
an in-depth fighter at all. You could just do special moves out of the blue on this game.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just liked any fighting game exactly. So anything was fun to. But I mean, it was a little sloppy and
He's
like
crawling on the ceiling.
it was a little sloppy in its gameplay at points though with its. But it was still, I still loved it though. I mean, like I said, I'd loved any fighting game. So
Nice.
and it got
all
good
right.
graphics. It had good graphics and nice sounds too. I mean,
For back in the day, this was good.
Yeah.
and I forgot about that yin yang meter thing they had on the
you
side
can also
too.
recover midair, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
In this
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I believe there's a Sega CD version of this too.
There
is.
was.
There
yeah.
was, yep.
Right.
So
You're right.
I didn't have it at that time, but
didn't have that. I
definitely
didn't
look
get
at it. See if you can bring it up.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. I like to see the difference in it. Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can bring it up. Why am I bringing it up?
Because it looks a little cleaner.
What's different? No, I'm just kidding. Hold on.
It's a totally different game. So much better. 3 frames per second.
3
Get an extra
frames per
6 frames.
second.
3
Double the
frames
frame
over
rate.
2. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find the same fight so that we can compare to what we were just.
But at the
saying.
time, we never thought of that. It just seemed like it.
Well, at the
It just-
time, the frames per second
it
really
just
didn't
seemed
matter
weird
because
when
it
it
was
played, yeah,
literally the input was 1 for 1. As soon as you saw it, it popped. See,
It sounds a lot better. I can tell
The
you that.
sound-
right now.
yeah, the
You're
sound
right,
is
it is
much
more
better.
clear. You're right. It looks better.
Yeah, look
It
at
is
it,
more
yeah.
clear.
Hey, it has
Interesting.
it has their names on top of the.
and she actually
That's
went
names up on
invisible
top, yeah.
Oh.
as opposed to blacking out.
If a wise old gamer remembers Eternal Champions right here, he says, "Hey, back when I had the reflexes to play fighting games."
Huh, this looks way better. Look how slower the car
I don't
goes.
care what my kids say. I thought this is a legitimate excuse for not being able to play fighters anymore. Well, you know what? I don't think that's an excuse, man.
What was that?
Just drink yourself some what is it that old people always
So,
drink?
but did you
Cranberry
notice?
juice? Move
Did you
on.
notice? Yeah, did you notice she threw the throwing stars, right?
Right, and he
Right?
reflected them.
Exactly. So it was stuff they did stuff in this game that they didn't do anywhere else.
Right.
Huh, this
So
Sega CD version looks smooth. Like they smoothed that out hardcore, and like that car moving across the back was slow. They just didn't get it out of the way to get it off the screen. That was cool.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, and have papers blowing across the. Had a lot of nice additions to it. That was cool looking. Nice.
Hey, moving on. Doggy Dog. What is your number 3 game?
Oh, it's so hard to pick. I mean, so many. But man, Genesis was the home of the sports games. If you wanted the smoothest playing, the best playing sports games, you got the Genesis and you played your sports games there. Man, I got to name off a few. Like, let's see, what I have, the Joe Montana real sports talk football or whatever that was. The one that talked to you or whatever. That was crazy. Like that one. It's amazing how like ungarbled that one sound compared to some of the garbled stuff that, yes, that's what I was going to go with. Yeah. NHL 94 is without a doubt the premier sports game on the system that had the best sports games. I don't know. How could you not like it? Me and my brother, at first we wasted so much money renting this that we should have bought it. And then we ended up buying it. And we played anytime we just wanted to get on fucking or play a match. Just play a match against each other, have a good time, waste 30 minutes. This is what we would play right here, man. This is so fun. Ended up buying it on the Sega CD. And it's I don't think the graphics really that much better made they were. But it had all like the stadium music from the actual stadiums, right? Like, I remember the Hartford
like the
Whalers.
fan hyping music.
Yeah, like I remember the Hartford Whalers. That had that Hartford Whalers song. That I can't even remember how the song went, but yeah, but it had the actual stadium music that was different. It was kind of authentic to the stadiums and stuff. But anyway, I played this. We would play like tournaments of in our neighborhood we lived in. We'd come with that 4 people, and we'd play like a week tournament. Like we'd come back and play, and we'd play each other one time, and they'd play each other, and we'd come back and finish the tournament. Or we'd play one game and bet like a pile of cards like we did in Mario Kart, but it'd be like even better pile of, should play like 30 minutes, bet cards or whatever on it. Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, sports games were awesome. I always loved sports games, but this was, for whatever reason, this was just a relaxing, easy to play, good time. And not to mention, I forgot. They just remade, didn't they like add this to the latest NHL game, like NHL 94 Rewind?
Yeah, they did.
Right. So, I mean, it just goes to show like it was loved by many. I mean, look at that. Nice move, whoever just did that. Right around
Real
the
quick, John 907I says, that was a great game. He agrees with you. And the wise old gamer once again,
Thank you,
lively
John.
in the chat. He said, guys, really wish I could stay longer, but I guess I have to go now. More meds and blood draws. Love the blast from the past. I have not touched my controller in days. I miss gaming. Prayers. Hey, get better. Focus on getting better, Wise. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes, thanks, Wise. Hope you get better, brother. Hopefully you get home soon.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow they'll get you some papers to be able to go home.
Right.
Just Nurse, if you're listening, watch his hands. He has fast hands. And Wise, yet again, remember, you can always go back to the OG. What the heck? The OG Atari joystick. You have one that you carry with you all the time.
Right. Yeah, it's always ready to go.
Oh my! All right, let's
Ready to
back
game.
in. All right.
The handheld.
I was talking about Atari. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dreadful, did you play NHL 94?
No. I got a, let's say, a bad experience from playing the Nintendo hockey, and I didn't like the way that the games from there on kind of went, so I missed out on it out of stupidity.
I see. Now, I myself was not a hockey person, so I have nothing against NHL 94. It's just that I don't understand hockey for some reason. I know that players have positions and bounds, and there's all this stuff. And when I go see a game, I'm entertained, but I don't understand it enough to play it myself. But that doesn't mean I didn't hear about this in school. Everybody was talking about NHL 94 when it came out because it was so good, apparently, at the time. And it apparently still holds up even today.
Right, with the remake,
enough,
that remake they made,
enough to bring out a remake.
Yeah, and that remakes, it's so cool. Like if you play that,
remake. Hold on,
and it's on it's called a NHL 94 Rewind, and it's on Game Pass.
Rewind?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass even still, I think. Right?
Really?
It's on EA Play. Yeah, it's on EA Play, right?
Rewind.
And it's a standalone. And it's cool because it's still got the same Genesis sounds. Like, remember the players going, boo, you know, and that boo sound or whatever? Like, man, they even had those in the commercials and stuff.
Why am I getting all these weird videos and not the actual Rewind? Who made it? EA, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they just added, it was part of an add-on to NHL 2021, the one they had last year. I was like, wow, no way. And it had the new players, but they looked just like the old Genesis version, just like it. Perfectly, just like it. And it played the same. You could cheese the goalie the same way that you could before. Yeah.
I cannot find a trailer for this one.
We had to play on like manual goalies and stuff, me and my brother, because we both know how to cheese the goalie and stuff.
I guess you'll just have to take it to Doggy's word because I can't find it. All right. With that being said, my favorite sports game was definitely what you said it. Joe Montana.
Oh yeah.
Joe Montana. I believe it was 94, 95. It might have been 95. That was my game. I played that game forever.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
And then some. All right, now back to what I was doing here.
Check your
Let me
DM.
get my screens back on.
Yeah, they had what? Sega had good ones. Evander Holyfield.
Sega was a sports console.
Yeah, Evander Holyfield, Real Deal, boxing. Remember, Nuke said one time about that Super Monaco GP. They were awesome at the racing games, man. I think they even had a cool golf game, like who was it? Like, I don't know. Sega had a lot of good sports games, and they continued that on to even the Dreamcast and stuff with their.
Absolutely, yep. Sega Sports. All right. So my game that I'm going to bring up, once again, showing my roots. This is a game I played. I'm going to say to the point of full memorization, like literal memorization, and that is Dune: The Battle for Arrakis on the Sega Genesis. It was an RTS on the Sega Genesis, and everybody could pick a side and have certain. There were 3 factions. So this, you could be, if anybody watched the Dune movie, you could be the Atreides, the Harkonnen, and it had another class called the Ordos. And you were all fighting for control of the Iraqis. Whoever could mine the most spice was going to get control of the planet. That was the point of the game. And so you kind of would mine the spice and go to war at the same time. And this was made by Westwood Studios. Westwood Studios, of course, famous for Command & Conquer. And it was such a fun game. Now, my friends would all pick our Atreides because, in the books, Atreides are the good guys. None of us pick House Harkonnen, but I picked House Ordos because they were green, and green is my favorite color. So this is a full-on RTS game on the Sega Genesis. And I played this game to the point of full memorization. I knew when the bad guys were going to come, where they were going to come from, where to build, where not to build, when to build, when not to build, what units to build, what units to skip for each level. I even memorized the patterns of the worms because even though it's supposed to be random, it's not. So it was really, really something. It was fun. Is all I have to say. So once again, this is an RTS. If you don't get it by now, guys, I love my RTSs.
I'm picking up on this.
Yeah, my strategies, my sci-fi strategies and fantasy strategy games. I'm really into them.
That's cool.
What do any of you guys know of this game? Because I don't think I've ever run into anybody who's played this game other than me.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I've never played this.
Never cared to play it.
Yeah, I don't even sure I've ever heard of it. Like,
yeah, Yeah, I was into RTSs on the PC, and when it came to console back then, and even still now, I'm not trying to play Halo Wars. It's just not, still not intuitive with a controller. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when it came to that, I had to do it on PC. When Command and Conquer came to console, yet again, never cared.
So I eventually got a PC and discovered how much better mouse and keyboard was. But at the time, all I had was my Sega Genesis, and this game was fantastic for me. So yeah, I loved this game. Let me know, guys, if anybody in the chat or anybody in the comments below, if you know this game and played it and liked it, or if you hated it. I don't care. Let us know. So yeah, that's gonna be my short take. By the way, has anybody read the books, Dune? Seen the movies? No, nobody's a Dune fan.
Nope.
You bunch of uncultured swine.
You talk about Star Wars, it's a different story.
Right? All right. So, with all that being said, it is time to get ready for our last intermission. Let me get ready here, guys. Give me a
Dun,
second.
dun, dun.
Normally right now, Doggy Dog would be talking, and I would be getting ready, but I messed up the order.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, Doggy needs to stop talking for a few anyway. So.
That's all right. Okay, here we go.
Man, but yeah, there's so many great Genesis games. The Hyperstone Heist, by the way.
Yep, love that one too.
Give a shout out with that.
All right, take it away.
And
people.
we return for the last intermission of the iconic video games podcast with Princess Dreadpool. And back to you, Axel.
All right, so once again, the rules are simple. I am going to show you a game, and you are going to tell me what it's called. So, these games have really long titles, so give me a second. It's going to take me a little bit of time to type them in.
The Punisher, that was another great game on the Genesis. That was
I never played that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I put it on over here. Yeah.
Special notes.
Bloodlines, that was a good one. Columns, love that one.
All right, here we go. Are we ready, chat? I hope so, because here is your game. Tell me, name this soccer game. Is this FIFA Soccer 95, Pro Moves Soccer, or Championships World Class Soccer? Doggy Dog, what do you got? Oh, shoot. I just deleted Doggy Dog from the chat. Why do I always do that? Doggy Dog, what do you got?
Can we get another little clip of the gameplay? Let's see what I got here.
Is this FIFA, Pro Moves, or Champions World Class?
Okay, I'm gonna say it's probably not FIFA, even though the stars kind of look like FIFA. But I haven't seen an EA logo for a while, so probably not FIFA. What we got? Pro Move Soccer or Championship? World Class Soccer. Even though I'm not sure of that. Yeah, I'm not sure of that, but yeah, I'll go with World Class Soccer.
Okay.
It could be any of those, though, really, even FIFA.
Really
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, soccer. All right, Dreadpool, what do you got?
This one here was a tough one.
Yeah.
But just the process of elimination. I'm definitely not going to go for FIFA. I don't know Pro Moves, so I'm thinking Champions.
Yeah, I mean,
Champions?
I'm kind of, yeah.
All right, so Dreadpool has Champions. Doggy has Champions. All right, and I think I don't know how many votes.
Claim. Oh, maybe by claim. Oh. Okay.
You got 2 votes.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't know FIFA. All right.
Get your votes in, chat. We're about to end the poll. Get your vote in, Doggy. Get your vote in.
Vote. All right.
Get your vote in, Dreadpool. Get your vote in.
Yeah, it is definitely not FIFA. They gave it. Yeah.
No, I'm saying Champions. I'm still sticking with Champions.
Yeah, I like the Champions. I like the
Nobody
Champions.
wants to go with Pro Move?
No.
I mean, look at the Pro Moves right here.
No, I'm really feeling.
Are you
good.
hinting? Or are you trying to?
Talk us out
I'm
of
just
it.
talking.
I'm just wondering
Yeah.
if he's trying to pull us out of it because we're right, or if we're also dead wrong, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Are
he's
you
trying to give us
sure?"
a chance. Yeah.
All I know is if you're dead
I'm not going to
wrong,
second guess
I
my
have to choke
choice,
40% of the chat with you.
especially with Dreadpool agreed with me. So I'm definitely going to have to go with it.
All right, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and end the poll right there. All right, Dreadpool, what did the chat say?
All right, I'm waiting for the return from the chat. I don't know why it's taking so long. Chat said championship. Try that again. Champions World Class Soccer, 66%, and 33% said Pro Move Soccer.
And no
FIFA.
no FIFA.
So everybody was on the ball. No FIFA, especially once we saw Acclaim.
Claim, yeah, it was
So
over then.
yeah, you're gonna feel like an idiot.
And
if
there
you
wasn't
voted
even
for
like
it.
an EA. There wasn't like an EA. We watched 3 or 4 minutes of clips, and there wasn't an EA like an EA come up during the
That's-
replay or an
when-
EA up by the scoreboards.
Yeah, when I first saw the star down there, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Kind of wondering.
yeah.
But then, just it didn't look like an EA game.
right, and there
Right,
wasn't an
come on.
EA anywhere yet.
Is
So.
everybody
Yeah.
ready for the answer?
Yeah.
The correct answer is.
I'm kind of worried about this one.
No, I'm just kidding. The correct answer is
Oh.
Champions World Class Soccer.
All right.
All right.
Champions World Class Soccer. Good job, everybody.
Way to go,
Was
Axel.
released
You
in
tricked your wife.
1993. The European releases are really the nice ones because if you lived in a country that had a soccer team, your cover came with a cover of the of an athlete from your actual team. So that was
That's
kind of cool.
cool.
So there are so many variants of those covers. It's kind of cool for any hardcore collectors.
Right.
All right, let's see what the chat said. Oh, my wife went with Pro Move. Good, when I first saw that game, I also chose Pro Move. So yeah. All right, are we ready for the next one?
All right. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
This is
if
fun. I like
anybody
it.
gets this wrong. My friends are here. Sarah says, made it tonight. D&D finished early. You're just about to catch the very last few minutes of the show. All right. We are playing the game. I'm going to show you a game on the stream, and you're going to tell me what it is. Voting is open in the chat. Here we go. Name this side-scrolling beat-em-up. Is it Streets of Rage? Is it Streets of Rage 2? Or is it Streets of Rage 3? Hey, go, doggy. That's all you get to see. That's it. No more. Which one
No
is it?
more. I got nothing. I get the Streets Rage 2.
All right, Dreadpool, what do you got?
Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Look.
Oh,
It's. Yeah, I'll just stick with it.
I'm gonna say 3.
Yeah, that's what. I'm Streets of 2. Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna say 3.
Dreadpool's got Streets of Rage 3.
Man. No, I'm
Doggy's
sticking
got
with
Streets of Rage 2.
2. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Yep. It's gotta be.
All right, locked in the answers. You
Gotta
can't
be,
change
yep.
it anymore. We're going to
Yeah.
give the chat a few more
Good.
minutes.
I'm glad.
here
I'm glad I
to
can't
decide.
get chalked out of it.
So
Take a
this
look
is
at
the first time Doug and I disagree.
It is.
Right.
all
Exactly.
right.
Exactly. This is
It is.
epic moment here.
All right, let's see.
I'm
Princess
just going with-
Zelda is going with 3. Streets of Rage 3. Oh my gosh, it's a 3-way tie in the chat. Get your votes in, chat. Get your votes in.
Oh, it is 2. All right. Awesome deal. All right. Cool.
All right, here we go. Get your votes in, chat. Get your votes in.
I still don't feel good about it. Yeah, quite. Yeah. Besides those power bars up top, that's what. Yeah, that has to be 2. That's 2. That's 2.
Are you
Yep.
sure? Are you sure?
Yep.
It doesn't matter because you locked in your vote anyway.
Yep. It's 2, baby.
We all just know that it's not Streets of Rage 1. How do you
Yeah.
know it's not Streets of Rage 1, doggy?
It just Blaze is in there. She's not even in Streets of Rage 1, right?
Ah, there you go. You know what?
so-
I wouldn't even have said Blaze. I would have said the sprites are too small. to be
Yeah, it
Streets-
just
or
yeah,
Right
exactly.
from the
There's a
Streets of
lot.
Rage
There's a
1 was
lot
too
that looks
small.
different, but yeah, and just the level itself.
Yeah.
Streets of Rage 2
But
level.
Dreadpool has 3, and it very well could be 3. Dreadpool, what do you got? What made you pick 3?
I just thought the sprites were a little cleaner than 2. I thought.
All right.
I looked at it now. I was thinking that 2 looked a little bit more like 1, but cleaner, and this looks a lot cleaner than 1. So I'm thinking it looks way cleaner than 2. So that's why I picked 3.
All right.
The music, I can tell by the music, it's 2.
All right, we're going to go ahead and stop the voting there.
I remember the music.
All right. Dreadful, what does the chat have?
The chat has. Why does it take so long?
That was awesome.
All right.
Axel, I like that. That was a good
We
line.
have a 20% 3, 20% 1, and 60% went with 2.
All right.
So
And the correct answer is. I want to have like music like Who Wants to Be
Jeopardy?
a Millionaire? That would be awesome.
Oh, that's
Dun,
cool.
dun,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I need something like that.
Dun,
But
dun, dun,
the
dun,
correct
dun,
answer is
dun.
Streets of Rage 2.
All right.
Streets
Yeah.
of Rage 2 was released in 1992. It is a critical and commercial success and is commonly regarded as the best in the series.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
still think you're lying.
When I saw those stairs after
Streets of Rage 2, I promise you that's Streets of Rage 2.
yeah, because the power bars and stuff. That's what made me guess it right off the tower. Yeah.
No.
Because he's not used to being wrong.
No, because even Princess Zelda agreed with me.
All right. Well, in that case,
All right.
we got to change this. We have to change this. It was Streets of Rage 3.
All right. Well, that's
The
going
course
to do
of
it for
history has been
today's.
changed.
I guess they
It's
look.
definitely Streets of Rage 2.
No, that's fine. I trust you. I know you're not lying.
I remember
just
the music. The music
I'm
when it was
playing.
playing, I was like, oh, okay, that's definitely, yeah. I remember that music.
Definitely.
No, I just
All right.
like I said in my mind, my memory serves me that Streets of Rage 1 and 2 had very similar low polygon or pixel counts, and then 3 went to the higher one. But I guess I was wrong. You know, not all of our memories are good anymore.
I feel you there.
purposely picked Gameplay with Blaze, because if you would have seen Axel, everybody would have known which one it was
Yeah, right.
immediately
Yep.
by the color of his shirt.
You know, what's funny is I played a lot of these in the arcade, and I never beat them all because when you're in the arcade, you're popping quarters. Once you run out of quarters, you walk away. You got to start over.
Right?
So I didn't really play these at home.
I see. No, I own. I don't own Streets of Rage 3. It's the only one I need to get my hands on.
4 is the only one I actually beat, to be honest.
I beat 4 so many times it's not even funny. But
All right, yeah.
that's gonna do it for today's show. Dreadpool, let the people know where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me on Breaking Bread with Dread. Just look up Anchor.fm. You can look up Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, some sort of other cast, Breaker Cast, Beat Cast, Public Radio, all that fun stuff. So you just look for it there. YouTube, Twitter is Dreadpool. Twitter is actually O's instead of zeros, but YouTube's are actually letter. And Wednesday nights, Gaming Beyond the Box. Next Saturday, Gaming Beyond the Box has a creator feature. So Husk and I will be doing an interview then. And I forgot who the interview is with. And it is with the Fonz.
The
Fonz really
Fonz.
gamey. So we will do that on February 12th. And then Friday mornings with Boom, breakfast with Boom with everybody. We had a good show
That was
this
today.
morning. Yep.
Absolutely. All right. Real quick in the chat, shout out to Kilo Milo. We appreciate you tuning in, even if it's just for a little bit. We appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
Pleasure. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat before we go. The older ones were really hard compared to 4. I agree, John.
Definitely.
The older Streets of Rage were definitely much harder than the newer ones. And Princess Zelda says, like and sub, friends. Absolutely. Like and subscribe. Share out with your friends. We
So,
appreciate it. Real
yeah.
quick. Go ahead,
I'm
Trey.
sorry. I was going to try to finish up my outro.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so thank you for having me fill in for Princess Zelda. I know that Princess Dreadpool wasn't as entertaining, but we still had fun. So thank you, everybody that showed up in chat today, and everybody that's going to be listening later on in the replay.
And thank you, Dreadpool, for
thank you for coming in
gracing
and
us with
filling
your
in.
presence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Always fun.
absolutely.
At
Always
least I didn't
love
drive
it.
you off the road.
Yeah. General Ram, exactly. General Ram here in the
That's
house.
right, General Ram. Dreadpool on. You got to admire Dreadpool. Princess Dreadpool is hot.
When Dighton Drago shows up for Breaking Bread, I'm definitely gonna have to dress down my part so that he doesn't get leave his wife for me, because that would really suck on my part.
Oh my God.
Come home. Hey, guess what? I got a Klingon here.
Oh no.
A clinger.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Love you
I'm
guys.
Love you,
1324.
Double. I'm Doggy Dog 420.
And you can find me and Doggy Dog here. Doggy Dog being part of the Retro Renegades every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, 7
That's
Eastern.
right. And you can find me also on Good Morning Xbox at 9 a.m. Eastern every Sunday. And that's going to do it for the show, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Later, guys.
Happy gaming.